In today's video, we are going to unbox a 5th generation iPod Classic, still sealed new in box. Greetings, spooky people. Welcome to Project Raven. If it's your first time here, welcome. I'm sure this video is going to be a little weird for my regular subscribers and any new people. That's because typically I do content about the goth subculture and alternative subculture, music, clothing reviews, that kind of thing. But today we are unboxing a 5.5 generation iPod Classic that's still sealed. So that might seem confusing. You're like, why would you unbox an iPod in the year 2024? Just use your iPhone, that kind of thing. And then I know my goth friends are like, this is not about goth at all. But I can appeal to both sides, the iPod Classic collector and the goth community, because, you know, goth is a music-based subculture. We love music. And an iPod is just a different way of experiencing music from streaming services or vinyl. It's just really cool to hear music in a different way. So in that sense, it's related to our little community. And then for the iPod collecting community, hello. Great to have you here. I'm a fellow Apple fan. I have all Apple products. So this is kind of a cool thing to have two of my passions meet up. But yeah, a lot of you are probably like, an iPod in 2024, really? No, absolutely, because, you know, there's different ways to experience music. When we were still using like CDs and that kind of thing, I think we kind of lost a little something when we went to all digital. It was just too easy to get music, and you kind of just shuffle music, you download a song here and there, and you don't really hear the album the way the artist intended it, and there was some of the magic was lost. I mean, we all still enjoy music, but I think, you know, just hearing them in order how the artist wants, kind of like you do on vinyl, which is a really awesome experience for those of you into that. I think the iPod can offer a similar feeling to that, but more convenient than CDs. So I know you can do it on your iPhone and all that stuff, but it's just, you know, you get a notification when you're in the middle of listening to an album and that kind of thing. You just don't want to deal with it. So those of you who don't know about iPods, vintage iPods, the 5th generation and the 5.5 generation were considered some of the best because of the DAC that's in them. Some like the 7ths, but I like the 5.5s. Mainly I wanted to get the 80 gig because that is the one that has 64 megabytes of RAM. Yes, megabytes of RAM. So you can have a larger library on there. I'll never hit the limit, but I figured if I'm going to invest in one, why not have the best of the best? So I've been searching for one for a little while, and then amazingly, I came across a new sealed in box one, and I couldn't believe it. It's like you're going to get the whole unboxing experience, but like, you know, 20 years after, you know, these came out. I think they came out in 2006. I used to have one back in the day. I've had every iPod Classic since they came out. I have since sold them, unfortunately. I do still have my original box for my first gen, but that's not what we're talking about today. So I found an amazing sealed one. I know as a collector of other things, it kills me to open it because I know it's going to kill any resale value that it has, but I think having that new unboxing experience is gonna be worth it, and I'll have like a really pristine one. Hopefully it turns on, but if I have to, I'll replace the battery, and then if I'm doing that, I might as well put a, you know, compact flash card in it or a micro SD card in it. Quite literally sealed, new in box. Couldn't believe it. It's in a beautiful condition. This was not cheap. I think I paid more for it now than it was new, but this is gonna be a cool experience. All right, enough of me blabbering on here. I really want to open this thing, so let's unbox this beautiful iPod and see if she actually works. Let's do it. so that was, yeah, every bit as amazing of an experience as I remember getting a new iPod to be. It's amazing to see such a shiny, bright new one here in the modern day. No scratches on it yet. I'm sure that's going to change, even though I'm going to try and take really good care of it. But yeah, pretty. Of course, I got black because goth. But yeah, here we go. All right, so let's plug it in and see if the Mac sees it, and if it turns on, or if I have to order a battery, see what the deal is here. You know, in the words of the great Dank Pod, let's arm the nugget. So let's check this out. Very low battery, big surprise. It's been sitting there for what, years? Many years. Not good at math, but many years. All right, so let's charge it and check back in a little bit. All right, that's a good sign. All right, so there we go. Let's restore it from 1 to 1. I think it was also Windows formatted by default, which does me no good. Let it do its thing here and check it back in a couple minutes. So that actually went pretty quick. It only sank a couple hundred of my songs because naturally a lot of them are now Apple Music, so I have to probably just re-import the CDs, which I wanted to do anyway, just so I could have the copies that I own, so the Apple Music versions of them, and I just import everything in lossless, of course. So let's actually listen to a song here. Found these old earpods, I think they were called. Yeah, before I got the AirPods Pro. Yeah, so let's give it a quick listen here, and then go from there. There we go. Very cool. Sounds good. Okay, I'm not gonna make you watch me listen to a song, but that really is cool. It's good to see the magic come back, and it's gonna be a fun experiment. It's gonna be a little bit of a pain to get my iTunes library, or I guess Apple Music library, more compatible with the iPod, but I think it's gonna be a nice addition to the way I listen to music. Of course, gonna try different headphones, like the classic 99s, those beautiful wood covered ones. I want to get some of those, and there's a couple other ones that I was thinking about. So between vinyl and Apple Music streaming on the Apple TV, the HomePods, and then listening to the iPod in the car so you don't get disrupted by text messages and all that kind of thing. I think it's a good mix, and it's really cool to experience music in different ways. All right, so hopefully that was a fun video, a little something different for my normal subscribers looking for goth content, but I think it's related and relevant since we are, a music-based subculture, and it's a huge part of what we do. And then, of course, hopefully my fellow Apple collectors like iPods and things enjoyed seeing a 5.5 Gen unboxed, and it actually works. The battery seems to be holding a bit of a charge, which is really amazing. It's really transported me back to 2006 when I had my 5.5 back then. All right, cool. So if you like the video, subscribe, comment. I love chatting with people in the comments. And but now Raven must fly. See you in the next video.